This podcast provides a platform that will share many different points of views that should empower you, uplift you, make you want to go out and do right. When you hear the term still a man, say, yes, I am. Still a man. Yes, I am. Still a man. Yes, I am. Let's go.
What's up, people? Welcome to another episode of the Still a Man podcast. Tonight's topic, she said, happiness does not equal you and me. Fellas. I think I'm gonna go to y'all first. What does that stir in you when you hear a woman say that? If not to you, to someone else. Let's go to Bird first. Bird, what does that statement mean to you?
Well, that means the person that's saying that ain't happy. And if you ain't happy, why you still there?
Okay. Sean, what does that statement mean to you?
Yeah, to piggyback off of what Bird said, yeah, the person that's saying it needs to grow a pair and just step because they're not happy in whatever situation that it is.
Okay. Gregory?
It sounds like a relationship set up for failure. You ain't happy already. There's something bad going on.
Mm-hmm. Timmy? Timmy?
Oh, yeah. Kick rock.
So you feel like she's trying to move on. All right, did I get all the
Yeah,
guys?
kick rocks, bitch.
Oh,
kick rocks.
Yeah, I think you probably didn't listen to the question. I said, so you're telling her to kick rocks if she's not happy.
That's what I said. Kick rocks,
all right. I just was confused by the N word, your final part of the sentence.
That wasn't an N word, that was a B word.
Yeah, I know.
Right. Yeah, that's the wrong alphabet.
I said N word, END. His final word is his sentence. All right, so let's go to the ladies. Patsy, when you say that to a man or hear another woman stating that, what does that mean?
Like, I've never said it myself, nor have I ever heard anyone say that, but it's just pretty much like either, like, to me, I'm thinking like happiness doesn't always equal out to me and the other person. But I'm just like, look, I gotta be happy with myself before I'm happy with any man or just friends or whatever. But it's like we gotta be happy with ourselves before we could be happy with each other. So, yeah.
Yeah, you speaking truth right there. You speaking truth. All right, Tanya, what does that statement mean to you?
Yeah, to piggyback off of Patsy, you got to be happy with yourself before you could be happy with someone else. And if that person is saying that, then there's something with them that they're not happy with themselves. So it's a self-reflecting journey.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right, like that. Everybody's coming with Jews so early. How does it? And guys, just help me out if there's any new participants that's come on. Just wait for a break in the discussion and make everybody aware of it.
Duke's just joined.
Yeah. Josie and Maria's here.
All right, ladies, let me bring you right into the mix.
Happy New Year.
Who?
Happy
New Year's. Okay.
Happy New Year, yes.
All right, so let me bring y'all ladies up to speed. So tonight's topic is, she said happiness doesn't equal you and me. What does that term, that statement mean to you, Maria, when you hear it? And if and have you ever said it to anybody?
That means you're not good together.
Finish with this talk, man.
What?
No, that was background. So that's what it means. That's it.
Right. Well, to
That's
me,
what she.
that means we're not good together.
Okay. Okay, Josie. What does that mean to you?
I would think the same outcome. Happiness is not me and you. What are we doing?
Rocks.
Now, see, this seems to be the synopsis. So I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you, ladies, I took the pleasure and the initiative to go ahead and ask some other women before we came on, and start this recording. So I asked.
Yeah, Robinson.
All right, thank you, Patsy.
No.
I asked some other people, some other women, young and old, Black, Spanish, white, how they feel about it. And before I give you guys their their beliefs, their perspective on it, I'm gonna let Robbie go ahead and answer that question real quick, bring you up to speed. Tonight we are discussing, she said, happiness does not equal you and me. What does that mean to you when you hear that?
No, Cody, you ain't getting that.
It's Robert's turn to me.
Okay,
I know this is.
if you don't, I'm gonna move on.
Robert doesn't have his
Yeah.
mic on.
All right,
That's why.
so we're gonna move ahead. So I was talking to these ladies,
Can you hear me?
and this is
Yeah.
that was Gregory. And this is what I heard. So the ladies told me that, one of the ladies said, it sounds like that woman has some internal issues. She got an internal battle going on. And before she can be happy with anybody else, she has to fix herself. Another woman said, if you look at it from a spiritual aspect, then she's telling that individual and everybody that's listening, her happiness, the priority in her life, that what makes her happy is God. She puts God before everything else and everything secondary. So if you ask her what happiness equates to her, she says it's God. What the other one said, she said that is an individual assessment. That does not, like she said, diagnosis. That does not apply to every woman. That is not a uniform statement. That is a statement made by a woman that's obviously dealing with some issues that she needs to come to terms with before dealing with anybody else. Another woman said that she is done and y'all are done. So it's time to move on. Was that all of them? Oh, the other one said she takes great joy in everything and those around her. And if she is not happy with the people and the things around her, then that is something that she needs to fix. It doesn't always correlate with those around you and things. And another one said, happiness equals money, and everything else is second. As long as they have money, everything else could be right. Yeah. So, Robert, are you with us?
Everything but that money shit was right.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna go to Timmy first. So
He just came back in.
all right, but Robert, is your mic on? All right, we ain't doing this all night with that.
Yeah, I think he has some tech problems.
So we're gonna move on.
He got a lot of
when he comes in, we'll bring him up to speed. So, all right, let's get on. So, where do y'all think that type of mindset comes from? Because a lot of people are saying that since the pandemic, or in result of the pandemic, did everybody and anybody have become very selfish?
I am so sorry. I had so much technical difficulties with this
Ain't no
phone.
problem.
I almost just gave up. You don't know how
I
long
know, there ain't no
something went wrong
problem.
with this phone. Everything was on. I mean, it's just the devil.
All right. So welcome.
You got some evil shit in you.
Hear me.
All right, guys. So, Robbie, let me go ahead and bring you up to speed. Tonight's topic is she said happiness doesn't equal you and me. What does that mean to you?
That excuse me, Jesus. Happiness don't equal you and me. That means, motherfucker, you ain't the right one for me, and I don't need to have you to be happy. You might think that you make me happy, but you don't. I'm getting all of those vibes from it. Happiness don't equal me and you, meaning we're probably not meant to be together. And like I said, you're not my happiness.
Okay. And so before you came on, I was telling them about since the pandemic, people are saying that people are very selfish, even more so than what they was beforehand, and everybody's just looking out for number one, and they are basically reevaluating life. So that means that people are basing their happiness on things that they didn't base it on beforehand. So you have women and men alike that are no longer happy in their relationships, be it married, living woman, or boyfriend, or what's the name. You have people that are not happy being parents anymore. You have people that are not happy in their positions at work. You have people that are not happy, period, with family members and stuff like that. So they have chosen to just basically abandon everything and go out on their own. So if you had a successful, or what you thought to be a successful relationship beforehand, before the pandemic, coming out of that, fast forward to current date, people have a change of heart, change of mind, change of perspective. So what once was happy is not anymore. So let's go to the ladies and see how they, if y'all agree with that assessment or that evaluation. And just so you know, there's a survey out here that says currently women are a whole lot more happier being single than single men.
And Gina just joined us.
What's going on, cousin?
And that woman.
Hi, everybody.
All right,
Hi.
Good evening.
Gina,
Hey, Gina.
we'll bring you up.
Hey.
Hey, Bobbert.
I'm gonna bring you
What's
up.
going on, Bertha?
I'm gonna bring you up. What is this? An episode of the Waltons.
Yes.
I'm gonna bring you up to speed, Gina. So tonight we're talking about the topic is she said happiness doesn't equal you and me. Before I get your perspective on that, I was just telling them about how people have become very selfish, even more so than before since the pandemic. And that there's a survey going around that says right now that women are much more happy being single than men are. So again, tell me, how do you feel about that statement? Happiness doesn't equal you and me.
Happiness doesn't equal you and me, but I could be happy with you and me. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh,
Does that make sense?
it makes good sense.
Makes
That's how
sense.
you feel about it. That's your feeling.
Yes. I don't, but honestly, I was just talking to somebody about this. I'm so comfortable right now being single. Like, of course I want to get in a relationship, but like, it's breaking out of your comfortable space. Like, I'm comfortable. I have a routine, you know what I'm saying? I'm not really checking for nobody, and that's my peace of mind right now, but I know that could work in like a bad way too. Like, I gotta get out of my comfort zone. I don't want to stay stagnant. You know what I'm saying? I do eventually want to get in a relationship, but it scares me. So.
That's not stagnant, sweetheart. That's called growth. That's called
Yeah.
growth. and wanting more than just settling. That's what it is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right.
You better enjoy this me time while you have it, because as soon as you get in a relationship and he start leaving his socks over here where there was no socks left before, or him
Oh
eating up
God,
a little
I
bit more
can't.
food over here, or drinking up this juice over there, leaving the toilet up, piss
It's giving
halfway
me
on the
anxiety.
floor. Don't
Right.
want to take
That's
But you
trash
that's
know
out.
true.
what,
No,
Tanya?
but that's
Just take
true
your time.
shit
That's
though.
all.
He's just doing little things to remind you that he loves you.
Well,
No.
no, no, no.
No,
See, because
you spend
Oh, that shit there. Oh no, I
One
can't
when
at
do
a
you
that.
start
time.
living with somebody, it's so different.
It definitely is.
Go
you
ahead,
spend
Tanya.
this
You
a long
don't
time
know
to
a
know
person
who
until
you are.
you don't
That's
know
right.
a person until you live with a person. You might think you know them, by y'all just dating and whatever, and y'all sleep over each other's house. But when you actually move in with the person, then you get to really know that person.
Okay, so
Because
let me.
all the stuff that you didn't know about them is going to make you angry, it's going to piss you off, it's going to cause
Okay, we can leave
arguments.
that till after the show.
Okay, so let me say this to you guys. Again, so the woman is, and Gina basically answered that question when I said, women are, it's the survey saying that women are much more happy to be single than men. Um, Patsy, do you think that's true? Or do you feel that way too?
Like I feel that way to myself. Like I'm happy, like being single and being by myself. Although I am kind of like talking to someone, and it's like um a love interest with possibilities to go further. But pretty much we're just trying to get to know each other. Where I'm just as happy to just communicate and still be by myself with myself, you know?
Mhm.
So I don't know about guys. Guys could be happy in their own ways. And just like the way that a guy feels happy and the way a woman would feel happy by themselves is totally different.
Mhm.
It's like your core value on the issue with yourself,
Okay.
if that makes sense.
Josie, let me ask you the same question. Do you feel like there's some truth in what that survey says that women are a whole lot happier by themselves than men?
Yeah, because sometimes, look, I don't want to even second guess what I was getting ready to say. Yeah, because we do some of the bulk of the work, you know, um, making sure you eat, the house is clean, your needs are met. So sometimes when you're single, you get to take that self-care, that self-love. You're focusing on yourself. You understand what I'm saying? So maybe there's truth behind that, because I'm more at ease when I am single versus when I am involved. Like Gina said, that's that extra worry. Is he doing right? Am I doing enough? It's just that constant question, you know? So yeah, I'm going to support that. It feels good when I'm single. I don't have that extra attachment and feeling like I'm letting someone else or my significant other down.
Okay. Maria?
As a woman, you should never feel like it's never enough. What you done, far as you said, taking care of the house, cleaning and other things that you've done. That's more than enough. So if a person can't meet you halfway, 50-50, like it's supposed to be, then hey, that ain't the person for you.
Okay. Maria?
So what's the question again?
So the question is, there's a survey going around. What's very statement on the survey going around that says women are a whole lot more happier being single as opposed to men. And this is since the pandemic.
Yeah, I believe so because um if for me, just saying, if when we was in a pandemic and everybody was in a lockdown, I didn't hear of too many women rushing out to go outside their house to hook up with a guy. But a guy was definitely leaving his house to hook up with a girl during COVID and all. So yeah, maybe guys is not that happy when they single, so that's why they continue to jump around from chick to chick. But for me, um, it depended on the relationship. Or like, if I'm in a great relationship, I'm happy in that relationship. But if I'm single, I'm happy too, because again, it's you who make yourself happy, and if you're not happy, you can't make nobody else happy.
Like that. Facts, facts. That is Jews. Tanya, how you feel about that? Do you think that women are a whole lot more at ease with being single than men?
That's a hard question for me to answer, Dave, because I haven't been single in 30 years.
Well, what about so let me give it to you another way. So the women around you, do they identify with that? Do they display that? Do they exhibit that? Have they stated that to you or shown you that?
Um, Let me see. The women around me. That would be my daughter who's in a relationship.
Uh-huh.
That would be my other two daughters who are both married. And the only other women I've been around is on this podcast, and they stated how they feel.
Okay. All right, simply put. All right, let's go to the guys.
Wait, David, before you say that, Tanya, because I assume you're referring to me and anyone else on this podcast that
Mm-hmm.
you know, do we look like we're happy when we're single?
Well, yes, you do. You women are strong, independent women, and so I don't think you really need to have a man to define you.
Exactly.
It's not about definition, though. Don't see that. You see that in the wrong light.
All right, so Bird, I'm gonna let you go ahead and take the first shot at that. So, do you think there's any truth to that statement? So let me ask the men this in a different way. Do you think that survey is false? Do you think there's some falsehood in that? Do you think it's exaggerated? Do you believe that these women are pretending to be happy alone as opposed to in a couple?
I don't believe it's true, but I do
Right.
believe many women choose to be single than settling. So I agree with that. The ones that choose to be single because they don't want to settle, but at the end of the day, men and women, and I'm not going to single just women, men and women want comfort.
Mm-hmm.
So want
Could
to
I
be held,
bounce?
want to be hugged, want to cuddle, want to snuggle. It ain't about sex, want some sort of intimacy. It doesn't mean sexual at all. It could just be meaning conversation on the phone. It can be companionship. It can be watching a movie. It can be something. We all thrive on that. But when we don't get it, we tend to be okay with it. But it is something that we all want as human beings.
And before Robert, you chime in, let me just tell you this. Bird is like one of the other people on this panel. I think a lot of times I say this, you have to find something outside the bedroom to stimulate your relationship and the individual you with, because once the whole allure of sex is gone, what do you have left if that's what you built if that's what your foundation is built on? Robbie, go ahead.
Listen, it's both ways. A woman can feel that she's at her most ease and peace when she's by herself, not in a relationship for certain reasons. At the same time, a man can feel the same way because if you look at it this way, a man don't want no woman coming over their house nagging, complaining about them sitting there playing the game, or they don't want to get up and cook right now. They'll cook later, or they're gonna wash their clothes at 10 o'clock, instead of at 6 o'clock. take the garbage out. The garbage is half full. I was waiting till it get a little bit full. Now I need to take that out now because I smell a little stink. Listen, you comfortable in your house, and I like to remain comfortable in mine. What a man ain't gonna tell a woman, and and some of the women too, they feel this way, but they ain't gonna come straight out and say it. A man do not need a woman. He definitely is using her to be lubricated. A woman
That's not.
is
I don't believe
that.
that.
Hey, let me just tell you what I'm saying. That's in a relationship wise. A woman, the same way I feel in a relationship wise. You can go outside the relation and have a friend, and she's a lady. And she doesn't have to be your male friend. She's a lady friend, really cool, just no sex involved. Go to the movies, go out to eat, kick in just conversation, really have a real friendship and never try to hit on her. Same thing as a woman. She can do that with a man. Go outside, do everything, and don't think at all about sleeping with this individual and have the perfect friendship. It's only when they think about a relationship or when they fell flat on coming from a relationship. I always tell a woman, when you break up, it's time to take time for yourself. Find who you are again. Rebuild.
Friends before lovers.
Bird, you was gonna,
Well,
what Robert said?
I'm not going to speak and say I believe Barbara said that men don't need women.
I didn't
We.
say men don't need women. I
What
said
did you
if
say?
the man wants to be honest enough, they will tell you what I really want from you most is to get lubricated. They're not gonna be bold enough to say that unless you just comfortable in talking that shit. But what I said was they need a friend, a lady friend. She can be their most best friend, going out to eat,
So what
going
you're
to the
saying is
theaters,
that they
coming
don't
over,
need a
sitting down in your
relationship.
house, conversating and all that. And you never once, neither one of y'all thinking about sex. You just have a
So the
strong friendship.
So you're saying they
the
don't need to be in a relationship.
I'm
but
saying
they
a
can still
man
have
or a
sex.
woman, if a woman can say they're comfortable by themselves, there's a lot of men that can say that they're comfortable by themselves too.
I think
Now
everybody can be
it's
comfortable by themselves.
yes, and
Of
now it's
course.
only when
There's
you
levels
want
to
to have
comfort. You ain't
is
comfortable.
listen, it's only
There's
when you want
levels.
to have relations you start
It doesn't
aching.
have to
I
be
need
relation. It's just
listen,
intimacy. Like I
listen,
said,
B, let me just
it
say
ain't
this.
sex.
You need
Just
a
be your
body in your
company.
bed. You need a body in your bed.
Nope.
You're replacing
I
the
want
other
a body on
body
my
that left your
couch
bed because you
and two
can't go
eyes
sleep
watching the
at
TV.
nighttime without hugging. I mean, you can't sit in your own couch without looking for someone to wrap your arm around, put your leg up on.
Not
You ain't
every
that
day, but there
comfortable.
are days. There are
Listen
days that
here, fellas. Can I say this real quick?
every human being
As
wants
a
to be
man, you
comforted.
shouldn't be lubricated.
Yeah,
What do you say, G?
I was gonna get to that.
When
Really,
your skin gets wet, the
You
slimy
shouldn't be
wet from
lubricated. That
vagina
just sounds
juices.
wrong.
all right.
Now,
So
did I
Yeah,
say it clear
sick.
enough for
yeah,
you?
no, just
When your
speak,
skin get wet, the slimy way from vagina
just
juices.
speak clearly. We all grown on this platform. So if you mean sex, say sex. These some of these
Have you
retarded.
ever been swallowed up?
Oh,
No,
Right.
so we're gonna go to Sean. Sean, how do you feel about that? That statement that women are more comfortable being single than men.
That's the
I'm gonna have to,
testosterone talking in
Mhm.
yeah, I'm gonna have to disagree because when I was very happy and comfortable, and yeah, and I don't know if women are more comfortable being single than men. I know that they probably don't want to deal with a lot of stuff, but really being by themselves on a consistent basis, nah, I don't think that's what they want.
Yeah, I don't believe so too. Because see, let me say, that definition of being single and being in a couple, so I feel like this: when you single, you not relying on the other sex for anything. That means you're not having sexual relationships from time to time with this woman and that woman. You're not doing anything. You are, remember, you're trying to find yourself. You found comfort in being alone. So if you're truly comfortable in being alone, then you don't require the attention of any level of a woman, and vice versa with a man. So I feel like that statement as a whole is exaggerated. But go ahead, Timmy.
Yeah, yeah. For me, I think it is a bunch of influence. You know, the things that we see, the certain women talk a certain way. You know, and for me, if it was really if they really meant what they said they was about, then they wouldn't be. But we all know that
Hey,
men and women
come on.
have needs and whatnot, you know, and everybody gets horny, and you can say, "Oh, I don't need no man," this and this and that, but you take a one night stand, goddamn it, both
Or they get a
man and
toy.
woman, you know. So, or right, Bird, or get the toy. For women, the toy. For men, Mary Palm and the Five Sisters.
What do you,
That's just that.
Oh,
You
Lord.
know, so
Can I say something, Tim? Tim,
let me
if
finish.
a
Let me
woman if
finish,
a
Robert.
woman can get a toy, why can't a man go buy a toy too?
they didn't have toys back then.
TheNeilRose.com.
They always
They
had
have
a
your boy
dildo for a
dolls.
woman. They always had a dildo for a woman. Even back in the when the goddamn Playboy first started, they
All right,
had
guys.
dildos for women.
Let's bring it back to what we talking about, because y'all going off course. All right, let me bring y'all
Hold
back.
on, can I answer the question, Uncle D?
Yes, go ahead.
I was gonna say during the time of the pandemic, it was a lot of baby making, domestic violence, and people breaking up. And that might be because they had us practicing social distancing and they had people stuck in the house together. Some people might have grew tired of their significant other or whatever was going on at that
Mm-hmm.
time. And then
How?
when they finally got the chance to go be free, now they're single and they're living well. Like, shouts out to TDJ, because have you ever gone through a time period of swallow?
Okay, so
Well,
again,
I
guys,
no, I want to say this
we're
about
not going there.
the whole breaking up in the pandemic or whatever. Like when you had to stay in with your significant other, and if y'all broke up, then that's because y'all really didn't know each other. You know,
Mm-hmm.
because people was forced to spend more time with each other than they obviously ever did or ever. 9 times out of 10, most of us is in and out our house more during the day than being in your house. So you get up in the morning, you go to work, and you come back home and you get ready for bed to do it all over again. These people were staying in their house 24/7. You wake up in the
Mm-hmm.
morning, y'all staying working with each other. If you're working from home, y'all working in the same area. You eating at the
Mm-hmm.
same time. You going to sleep at like it was all
Mm-hmm.
just a one thing. It wasn't really no going outside. So if it was more domestic violence, it's because y'all didn't know how to handle each other as a person. One, two, y'all never really knew each other on that level. You could have been married to your person for 5, 10 years or whatever, and y'all
Or
still
20 plus
in.
years.
A normal relationship isn't meant to stay up under each other. You know, it caused this. You know, it's not that you don't know this person, but a normal, healthy relationship needs some kind of separation. And without that
Okay, but that's what you
separation,
got different rooms for at
I
the
think
time.
it's
You
not
during
the
got
the
same.
different ones.
The
I think
man's
during the
always in
It's
the
not the
pandemic,
damn living
same.
room.
It's not the
Maybe
same. If I'm
everything
at
was
work
just
all
a
day and I work
delusion.
16-hour shifts, I can't wait to get home to see my significant person because I've been away so long. The more I'm away, the more I'm going to miss and yearn for that comfort that I had, you know, with this person. Now the comfort is taken away because I have no choice but to spend every minute. Who wants to be in separate rooms? So that's not really healthy
That's where
either.
you got to get creative or whatever. Like if you working from home, y'all both working from home, you can't be working on top of each other. One for
Some
one
people
because
wasn't working and they were struggling and finances came into key, and
right, and
but
that was
they gave out so much money out there for
but
this pandemic.
Power off.
People lost their minds. People quit jobs just to collect. And then you just stayed home and did nothing and hated your partner now because you didn't plan on spending every dying moment and every single day like, oh, I'm tired of looking at this person every day.
Now,
You
stay
need
right,
some kind of separation.
stay right
That was
there.
an
I
unhealthy
told you everything was
lifestyle.
just overwhelming. It was
Stay
a
right
time
there.
period of swallowing.
Stay right there.
You know what?
So like Bird said, you need some separation so that you can miss each other
Yeah.
and have something forward to come home to. Okay, now that
Yeah,
brings
but
light to. Wait a minute, Timmy.
Bird was saying,
Wait, Timmy. Wait a minute. So this brings back to what my next topic. I mean, part of the topic is so the statement where women say, "I could do bad all by myself." So if you're doing bad and you're in the comfort of your home with the individual you claim to love and care about, whose fault is that then? Ladies.
What's the question?
So if you are coming out of this pandemic, during this pandemic, and you are stating things, comments like this, I could do bad all by myself. How are you doing bad by yourself when you are living in the house with this person supposedly confined to the house? How you do? What does that statement have any truth? I could do bad all by myself in that situation.
That statement, I could do bad all by myself, is just to say, if I'm here singly by myself, and if I'm doing bad, that's my responsibility. But I'm definitely not going to do bad with you. So you better get it together.
Okay.
That's what that statement means to me. It could mean something else to other people, but when someone
exactly
says,
that.
It means to me, what it means to me is that we've been trying to do this thing together and you ain't pulling your part. So if you ain't pulling your part, I can do this by myself. I don't need you to be here to help keep me down.
It's basically the same thing y'all saying. It's basically the same thing. And what you mean, you don't need no piece of shit dead weight.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I can do bad by myself.
Yeah. Exactly. Go ahead, Patsy.
Now, men. Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Patsy.
Yeah, because that kind of brings me back to like when I was with my ex-husband. Like all the mess that was happening between me and him, it was more on his part. And then I felt like if I was gonna be homeless and stuff down in Alabama, hell, I could be homeless up here doing that same piece of medicine, and I know how to work the system up here to get back on my feet and to get housing and stuff like this. So in that essence, it's not that I'm doing bad. I'm like I would actually on purpose do bad by myself. But in the situation, if I'm gonna be living on a bad scenario, I'd rather be living on that scenario by myself instead of someone else bringing me down, especially somebody that's supposed to be my significant other and everything. So when I came back up here and like left him, so I just went through a process of issues of divorcing him. I couldn't get a job right off, and someone suggested me getting a disability and stuff. So I was just doing all these, like the divorce, disability, and getting housing, and I was still trying to get my health, take care of my own health and everything, and stuff. So that's what that statement really means. Like if where I could do bad by myself, yeah, I could do bad by myself, but I'm not doing bad with you. So I'd rather us not be together.
And men are protectors and providers. Period. That's the end of the conversation. Like, if you're a protector, wait. When women can provide, well, let me be clear. Women can provide for themselves, but for me, and I'm just speaking for me. and I'm dipping my toe into the dating world and talking and kind of trying to get comfortable with how people are right now in this day age with day and age with dating. A man said to me recently, "Oh yeah, you know, I'm not gonna pay your bills and I'm not gonna do this." Then we don't have nothing else to talk about. If that's how you, if that's your
Motherfuckers, you
mentality.
want him to pay
Wait a
your
minute,
damn
Timmy. Let her
bills.
finish.
Wait.
Let her
Let
finish.
me say this. I have been, and I'm very taken care of for myself. You know, I can pay my bills. I can take care of my son. I can pay my own car note. I can pay all that. But the key word is I'm by myself. So by choice, I can do that by myself. But you're a man and you're a protective provider. If I bring a man into my home, okay, you are going to pay the bills. And my role will be to take care of the kids, take care of the house, feed you, clip your toenails, do what I have to
And
do.
buy me
But if
little
you're
nice gifts, right?
not exactly,
Gina, I
if you're
understand what
not
you're saying,
if
but
you're
at the
not on
same
that if you're
time,
not on that level with me, if you're not on that level with me, there's nothing else for me to talk about. I can pay my bills by myself.
Why?
But why are you here?
Why would
that's
you
why
give
he
up
should not
your?
have
Why
answered
would
it
you
or
give
made
up
that
your
statement the way he did.
independence? You giving up your independence
I'm
to
not giving up
depend
my
on
independence
him,
because
and
no.
then if he flips on you and jumps up and leaves,
I
then
can
what the
still do
hell
it by
you got to
myself.
fall back on?
That's why they.
I just
That's
said I
why.
can do
That's
it by
why you
myself.
don't have to. You don't need real men
Exactly. I agree with you,
for that.
Gina.
But see,
Gina's
that's why the
statement
See, and
idiot should have
clearly
people
came.
refers to David's topic of tonight's discussion. Period.
So let me say this to you guys, right? Let me say this.
I
Go
didn't even
back
hear what
to.
Josie just
Let me
said.
go back to
Whole bunch of talking.
So with Gina saying that if she chooses to bring a man into her situation, involve him in her life, add him to his life, he's supposed to add such. So here's the only thing that I am not cool with. I because you are independent and because you have done it without anybody, I don't think that you should ever relinquish or full control to anybody and hand over the whole the part about allowing this person to pay bills because you pay bills in your house or before
If you want
during
him to
and
pay
after
half,
that
cool.
individual. I
You
don't think you
want him to
should give
pay
that
half,
person
cool.
that type of full responsibility because then I
so well, I'm talking about like I'm talking about husband and dating. Oh, if we're seriously dating, and what I mean by that is I'm old fashioned. I'm old fashioned in a lot of ways, and I'm gonna have a dipper millennium in me. At the end of the day, your role for a man to me would be protecting and providing. That means making sure that there's a roof over our head in our child's head. You know what I'm saying? The bills are paid, meaning if you need me to pay my cell phone bill, that's fine. If you need me to buy the groceries, that's fine. But all the other bills belong to you because you're the protector and you're the provider. Okay,
okay. So
I'm gonna make sure that this house is absolutely clean. I'm gonna make sure that you're fed every night. I'm gonna make sure I fucking suck you, and that's my job
Okay,
to me.
Gina. Can
stop.
I
Let
ask a
me
question to her,
stop. Hold
D?
on, Robert. Hold on. 1 second. Gina,
That's divine justice.
just bring it back to what I'm saying. And then Robert, I promise I'll let you go, and then we got to go to a video. So Gregory, get ready to cue this video up after Robert. All I'm gonna say is if you was doing all this beforehand, it's not even a question about what he's bringing to the table at that point because you should still continue to do what you were doing beforehand. Do not be so eager to relinquish that type of responsibility to that individual because if you bringing them in, it's supposed to be a team thing. Then it does not become a me thing; it becomes a we.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It is still a team. I still view that as a team. It's still a
So
team. You have your part and I have my part. I'm
right.
not
So
saying that
that's
I'm not going to do anything. I'm not
Okay.
saying I'm going to stop working. I'm not
that's
saying
the
I'm going to.
strength of the
think
team.
I think the best thing to do is
It's not fair to
if you
me.
want him
Robert, just
to
wait.
chip in, if you want him to chip in into the bills and whatever, yeah, throw half on it, because you don't never want to let that person be full control. Because, like I said, he can just jump up and say, "I ain't paying this," and what
But
you gonna
that's what
do
she's
with all
telling
nights
y'all,
and
that
this and that. So
y'all
if
not
you pay
listening.
half
Y'all
of
not
it,
listening though.
Y'all,
But
they're
we're
not
telling
listening from
y'all,
a
What?
woman's point of
right,
view.
right. You're not
Right.
listening. That
Come
is fine
on,
if
Dave.
she start paying the bills, because she was doing it before him and she's gonna do it
Exactly.
after him. It's not saying that he's coming over and he's taking care of something that she can't do herself.
I
That
just,
Right.
goes back
I
to
just
that.
I
wanted you to
didn't say
be,
that.
I just wanted you to be
Yeah.
clear
I'm
about.
all I was
Hold on,
saying
Timmy.
was,
Hold on, hold on, hold on,
She,
hold on. I gotta be
she's
clear.
very
I gotta
clear.
be fair to Robbie. Robbie, go ahead.
Okay, Gene. I've been trying to ask or make a statement for a long time now. Now, I understand everything you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say this to all men and women. This is what makes it hard for a man to want to move in with a woman, and it makes it hard for a woman to want to move in with a man. What you guys should be agreeing from the very beginning.
Absolutely.
Maybe we should be getting something together where both our names are on the lease. That way, this person won't feel they're holding down this castle because it was theirs before I walked in. That's vice versa, man or woman. When a man walks into a lady's house, he should already know what he needs to do. It shouldn't be
All right.
no woman have to tell him what he needs to do. Where he should be coming in doing this, meeting you halfway on
Right.
all the bills. He should be able to cook all the meals if he had to, or help you cook those meals. He can clip his own damn toenails. He can wash
well,
his
But see, but
those
it's
clothes.
not about.
goddamn
See, you're
nails
missing a
Listen,
point.
dry.
It's
but this is
not
what
about.
I would
It's
want
not
to do
about.
as,
But
but
it's not
Gene,
about
this is
if
what I'm
that he
saying.
can
When
do it. It's the
I,
team effort. Y'all talk
I
about this
know. Now let me
earlier.
explain what I'm saying to you. A
Mm-hmm.
man coming in there, you're telling them I got you on everything else, just pay the bills, and I'm gonna cook and I'm gonna clean and I'm gonna fuck
Yep.
and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. What a man needs to keep doing is what his mother probably taught him any damn way. Never depend
Mm-hmm.
on a woman to do nothing for you. So when she ain't there, you can do it all for yourself. When you come in this lady's house, you help clean her house because that's where you stay. When you come in there, you help cook because that's where you're gonna be eating and staying. You gonna damn fold clothes, wash clothes. You're gonna do it all together. So she won't feel that you should have to do this because this is my house before you came. Because it could be the same way he feel if you moved in with him. Oh well,
But the
damn, listen,
reality
this is
is,
my house. All I
let's be
want you to
realistic.
do.
It's not going to happen all the time together because, again, people got kids, people got schedules, people got all this other stuff to
Well,
do.
then
People have
see,
lives outside of that.
then I go back to this. You got a package. If he can't come in there and accept you and your child as a package and take care of home, meaning you and your child, because that's what a man should do. If he's dating you, he's dating your family. Not saying he has to, but if he's getting in a relationship with you and he know you have a kid or children, he should expect himself one day or sometimes he's gonna have to take care of this child or children with you or for you. So I'm not saying that he doesn't recognize your kid, just he's there for you. I'm saying that's a package deal. If he can't understand that, he shouldn't be trying to date you
Hey,
from the
that was
get.
my question for you, cuz if what if you didn't have nothing and you had your kid, and then you asked the man to move into his house, would you feel the same way about
I just
him
said that
paying
to her.
all the bills, or would you feel like I should contribute because now I'm living in this man's
So
space?
if I moved into a man's house, okay, if I moved into a man's house, me and my child, the nothing will change. He's going to pay the bills. I'm going to keep the house clean. I'm going to take care of the kids. I'm going to make sure he's good that
You hard
way
body
because
style, cuz.
So wait,
at the end.
stop,
Mhm.
stop. So right,
Guys,
let me just sum this up. If this man is doing everything that you ask him to do, would that make you happy?
It's not what I asked him to do, it's what we agreed on.
Okay, so if he's
right.
doing what you agree, what y'all agreed upon, that's gonna make you happy.
I mean, and for that situation, but I mean that he could be cheating, he could be doing a
I
whole bunch of
see.
stuff. That's a
Stop
whole
right
nother.
there. That's why I asked you that. Stop right there, Gregory.
I mean that.
Wait, no more.
Go ahead.
No more talk. I'm gonna see if we can get you some
Am I playing the
video.
Harvey clip or the other one?
Play Uncle Steve. Let's see if he can put shed some light on this.
Here we go.
Just fucking Steve.
Timmy, everybody hit mute until the video's over, please.
Goddamn.
What did I say? Yeah, who made it?
You can't lose yourself in a relationship because you're going to miss you. At one point in time, you're going to go, wow, what happened to me? Sometimes you just need to be by yourself to collect your thoughts. It's an overwhelming thing, especially if the other person is making you feel responsible for their happiness. That's a toxic relationship if you have to be responsible for somebody else's happiness.
Stop.
Now that's right.
But I said stop.
Time was overwhelming.
I said
You've been
stop.
swallowed up.
I said stop. Let me.
Why the hell he
Bird,
ain't think about that shit where he going through with his damn wife?
Bird, are you
He
still
done
with us?
married 3
I'm
damn
here.
times.
All right, Timmy, pause. All right, so what I want you to do is, I want y'all, it's not who the message came from. I want you to basically take the message, hear the message. No matter if it came from Steve, you heard what he said. Bird, how you feel about what Steve had to say?
I didn't even hear anything. I just can't hear it.
I'm gonna tell you what he said. You do not need nobody to make you happy. If you're counting on somebody to make you happy, you're not happy with yourself from the very beginning.
Is that what you heard?
And that is a toxic relationship. That's basically
and
I
that
didn't
you're
even hear
not
that. Where was I
responsible
at?
for.
You played that video? I didn't hear shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that you're not responsible for someone else's happiness.
Okay.
Either.
This is what I'm gonna do. I'm sorry.
Well, that's someone coming from a couple of marriages, and let's look at, like you said, don't look at who is saying
That's
it.
why he said,
I
don't
do
look
get
at it
it.
as Steve.
It's hard to take advice. You can't. It's hard to take that type of advice, though. It to be serious.
Hey guys, I'm
That's what
gonna
I
be fair.
said.
I'm gonna be fair, and this is what we're gonna do. I usually don't do this for Greg. We're gonna run that back, and everybody, please keep your commentary to yourself so everybody else can hear the video.
Relationship. You can't lose yourself in a relationship because you can't lose yourself in a relationship because you're going to miss you. At one point in time, you're gonna go, wow, what happened to me? Sometimes you just need to be by yourself to collect your thoughts. It's an overwhelming thing, especially if the other person is making you feel responsible for their happiness. That's a toxic relationship if you have to be responsible for somebody else's happiness.
Okay, Bird.
Yes.
Just for that.
We're at 11 right forever.
Bird.
His wife wasn't out there with him.
Bird, did you get the
I
gist of that?
didn't say, but stop for a minute. I can't hear what's going on. Sorry. I don't know. Maybe it's my headphones. When you're playing a video, you went off and then you just came back on talking.
All right, so
Maybe you should go on with anybody else because I'm not able to hear that.
all right, so I'm gonna go. All right, so Robert already basically told you what he felt
Yes.
saying.
Yes.
Let's get the ladies' perspective. Maria.
Maria just stepped away.
Josie, you still with us? Josie, are you still with us? Tanya?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right.
Josie's there.
All right, Josie first, then Tanya. How you feel about what Steve said, Josie? He basically said it's a terrible thing to be responsible for someone else's happiness. It's toxic. It becomes toxic. How you feel about that?
I don't think that anyone should put guilt on someone else. And I'm gonna leave it right there.
Okay. Tanya, how you feel about what Steve said?
About
That-
let me get my thoughts together.
All right, so I just paraphrase what he said basically again. It is not your responsibility to make sure someone else is happy.
Well, no, it's that
I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
Hold on, bro. I'm gonna let you answer after Tanya. Go ahead, Tanya.
It's that person's responsibility to make themselves happy. Because if you're not happy, you can't make somebody else happy.
I understand it.
All right, Bert, go ahead.
I don't think you want to say it's your burden to make someone happy. I believe we are naturally born to be made happy by a woman as children and as being from the womb and coming out. We rely solely on women to care for us because the men just don't do it, and that's natural. That's a fact. So we rely on that female touch, that female comfort, that female feed, that female change, that female wash. We rely solely on that woman to provide for us. So we grow in dependency. So when we say we don't need a woman and we don't want a woman, we're lying. Without a doubt. We are nothing without those first, steps of the woman in our life. So we are naturally born in dependency. So we depend on that woman's care, that hug, that love, which is what we're yearning for when everyone says every man is happy. They're not. And I believe every woman is not happy. They say they are, they want to be, which is a goal, but I don't think true happiness is within self.
No.
Let me ask you
So
a question.
basically, you're not happy till a woman comes along and make you happy. That's what you're saying?
Hold on.
I don't think I'm happy. No. I don't think it solely relies on a woman, but I'm definitely not happy by myself.
Got it. Now, B, let me ask you a question.
I'm okay with it.
No.
I'm okay with it. There's a difference. I'm okay with it, but I'm not happy.
It's gonna make me go.
Hey.
Get random chicks knocked
B,
down.
let me ask you a question. Would you call yourself a people pleaser?
The woman pleaser.
Like just a woman, or just I try to please people?
Are you a people pleaser?
Now, no.
But you were before something
Absolutely.
changed. Exactly.
He still kind of is. That's why it took him. He hesitated before he answered. I told you.
He answered it. He told you he was.
Be still please people.
He said women first, but the women, like I said, he's a woman pleaser.
Before. All right, just so Bird, so you can say it the way they want to hear it said. Do you go out your way to try to please a woman?
Not so much now.
I said Bird. I said Bird.
Thank you, Deacon. I believe I am not in the field to please another woman right now. When in a relationship, I was definitely geared to please my woman and put up with a lot of shit I normally couldn't or wouldn't or didn't, but you did for the sake of the situation you're in. So you learn to live with certain shit and just move forward. You're not always, every day isn't going to be a sunshiny day. If every day was a sunny day, well, what the hell is a sunny day? You need some rain. You need some rain. You need some snow. You need some cold. Every day can't be great.
So
you live in a lie.
So if you stick to that,
I don't know one faithful millionaire. I don't give a shit how much money you got.
So if you stay true to what Steve said, so would you say that as the provider and the protector, you was responsible when you was in a relationship with a wife, a woman, a jump off, you was responsible for their happiness? Or can we just safely say you took on the role and the responsibility of making her happy?
Yes.
Okay, done. Sean, do you agree or disagree with Steve had to say about being responsible for someone else's happiness is toxic. It can make you and the relationship toxic.
It can, because what ends up happening is there is pressure put on you to always make sure that this person is like you said, being happy, being okay. Now what ends up happening is every little thing that you do, because if they end up having a bad day, and you're going out of your way to try to continuously be that upbeat individual, but whatever it is that they're dealing with, it just doesn't seem like anything is working for them. No matter what you do, they're going to still be pissed off about whatever it is that they're pissed off without you even knowing what the issue is. And so you're going to wear yourself down.
Yep.
Trying to, motivate someone.
And that's not a relationship then.
But especially if that person is a selfish individual and only thinking of self.
Like Sean said, well, I don't know if he's saying this, but you eventually lose yourself. Your character who you used to be becomes in the slump. You start becoming miserable like that individual.
I think you've lost yourself from Jump Street when you signed on to be that individual is trying to make someone be a certain way all the time. Because there's going to be moments that you're not going to feel like doing certain things to make this person feel like this. And all you're going to do is aggravate yourself.
As well as them. As well as them, because when you're aggravated, you're going to stop doing the extra.
But
you're going to stop going.
What about me when I'm down? Could you make me happy? No, because you always depending on me to keep you uplifted.
That's what I'm saying. It's a two-way street. Each party, men and women, are supposed to communicate. See, that's another thing that breaks up the relationship. The communication is broken down, and no one's being able to communicate because every time they try to talk, the other person shut them down and they can't get off. So then they decide, okay, let's just part ways from the conversation, and nothing don't get resolved. So now it's a build-up where something's gonna blow after a while, because the pressure done got too heavy and it's hot and it's gonna burst into fucking whistles going off where somebody's gonna say something that has been meaning to be said, but now they're coming out with it in a negative attitude when they're bringing it across. And so that's where, you have to have communication before everything gets to that point. And that's where we as society has lost the way because of all the influence and all the backstabbing stuff that they showing on TV, on movies and all that stuff. So that plays a part into structuring the society and relationships and everything else.
Gina, was Steve's perspective able to offer you any type of enlightenment?
Oh yeah, nobody. I don't think anybody should be responsible for anyone's happiness.
Are we not responsible for our children's happiness?
But that's not what
honestly,
we're talking. Don't try it.
Honestly,
I'm just saying. No, they ain't saying just saying a man,
that's
woman.
A good
this
question.
is just serious.
You do the best that you can as a parent, and after a certain age, you have to be responsible for your own happiness. You don't. if you're not happy right now, you're not going to blame your mother, are you? You know what I'm saying? That's
there are individuals that go to life blaming their parents and anybody
right.
else other
But
than
those are people
But
that
those
don't
are
love
miserable people.
themselves. Those are
Right.
right. Those are people that don't
Low
love themselves, that
self-esteem
haven't found
already.
Those are your
themselves.
school
Hmm.
shooters.
Right. And they live off that, and so they don't have to blame themselves and they blame everybody else. It's so easy to blame other people instead of
Uh-huh.
just blaming yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But at the end of the day, I don't think anybody should be responsible for your happiness. I think that you should make yourself happy. That's why I've been in my soft girl era right now, because I'm just learning. I'm just getting back to me. You know what I'm saying? From being a mom, from being in a relationship, and not and understanding and being okay with this, me and my son's father not being together, and
Mm-hmm.
work and being okay with that. He's not responsible for my happiness because me and him ain't together. No, he's an asshole. I understand that. I accept it. And that's just what it is.
But he
You know what
should
I'm
be at
saying?
some point trying to keep you settled to where you can do the job necessary to
Listen,
wholeheartedly care for a child without anger in your heart
you
or
at
no
and there's
need for
and there
nobody
is
in your
none.
heart.
And it took me a long time. It took me a long time to
You just saying
understand.
he was an asshole that shows
I mean, that's fine. He
this
is.
little
I mean,
back
that's
hit.
just that's the truth. I'm just telling the truth. But it is
Nope.
what it is. At
That's
the
your
end of the
feeling.
day, at the
That's a
end of the
feeling.
day, at the end of the day, he is his own person. He's responsible for his own life, his own feelings. I'm responsible for me and my child. That's it.
All right, so
Now, I
look,
was gonna say there is a such thing as energy transference. So you don't want somebody that has all this bad energy and they're always mad around. You can't make that person happy. That person gotta find the happiness within themselves.
Exactly. And
so
then
Yeah.
it's a lot of people do self blaming, and not self blaming, people blaming, and I'm not for it. He's not a horrible person. He's not a horrible person. He is an a-hole, because that's just how I feel. But I
There
mean,
you go.
sometimes I could be an a-hole too. But at the end of the day, I can't change anybody, and I'm not going to make myself miserable because I can't
I'm
change
not
him.
I'm not
here's
saying
a
he's a bad guy. He just wasn't the guy for you.
all right.
You just lucky.
Amen. And you're
You
absolutely
just
right. Right.
lucky. You had a blessing with a child with him, and he just wasn't the right dude for you. That's all to it.
All
That's
right,
what it comes down to.
And
so
yeah, and you, I just want to say this. It's like you saw the light of what he was about, who he is, and then you have to forgive him for what he did do wrong in the relationship and forgive him for that. So you can move on, not so much to make him happy for with the forgiveness, but you need to forgive and let that BS go.
Right.
That's
Nobody's.
a
I'm not.
wild
No.
way to make you
Nobody.
happy too.
Nobody's responsible for my happiness. That's absolutely true, Patsy, and thank you for that. Nobody's
Yeah.
responsible for my happiness but me. Gina's responsible for her happiness. That's it. Now I could be happy with somebody, but then he's not responsible. And for my happiness, and going to what we was talking about before, just because he's paying the bills, that's not gonna make me happy. By us becoming a team, us, having a schedule, sticking to it, respecting each other, loving on each other. You know what I'm saying?
Communicating
That
with
makes
each
me
other.
happy. Right? Communication, understanding, loyalty.
Mhm.
but
Those are the things that make me happy.
I'm gonna give
Well, I'll give
y'all.
you advice. I'll give all you women advice. Make sure your man doesn't leave the house with a loaded weapon and he'll never go awry.
In translation,
Let that
I
soak
don't.
in.
Meaning you might as well
Yeah.
empty their man downstairs out before he walks out the door.
That
Cause he
means you
gonna
gotta
come
go
back.
through what
He
Tim
gonna come
Ferriss
back
has to
looking for
Right.
swallow.
more.
Send him out the
See,
house
Yeah.
with an
that's a
empty
whole other
weapon.
conversation, because
His
girls can say the
Hello.
first
same
That
thing.
And
damn
my
his
thing.
first
Say the
instinct
conversation,
is
same
which
thing.
One at a time. You can't be hurt.
We can say the same thing about y'all. So
amen.
make sure your woman is happy before she leaves out the door.
All right, so
Amen.
let me give you
That's
guys
right.
this professional module, and then we're gonna move on to the next video. So Maslow, I believe that's how you pronounce his name. He's some type of scholar. He developed some pyramid. It has three layers. the foundation is needs, general needs. I guess that's what you're providing, like Regina was saying, protection, providing for the family, making sure people have proper lodging, clothing, and things of that nature. The next level is safety and trust. This woman has to feel safe enough is if she lets down her guard that you are going to be up to the
Protective of
task.
her heart.
You're gonna take care of everything that any task that she gives you, you can complete it. You're gonna be responsible enough to complete it. Trust, you're not going to allow her to trust you and then you do something to make her question the trust that she has for you. The top level is esteem and belonging. So women want to feel like that they belong. They have a sense of belonging, that you care enough about them that you are going to make sure that you don't jeopardize what you guys have. And so what this module is saying, this pyramid is women, y'all go to the top level and that's where y'all stay. And everything else comes from that. As long as y'all feel like your esteem and your belonging, you have a sense of esteem and belonging, y'all are set, because then everything else falls in place, such as the safety and the trust and the general needs. Men, they say we go straight to the bottom, the foundation. As long as we are providing the general needs, we feel like we're doing what is needed, and that's our job. And then so because of that, that's how we slip up and we make the women question the trust that they have for us, as opposed to the women don't feel safe, and then it affects her esteem, and then she no longer has a sense of belonging. And so that's that module. You guys can look that up anytime in your free time. Gregory, let's go to the next video.
One second.
That was beautiful. I'm in tears over you.
Yeah, when this video starts, keep your tears and your comments to yourself, please.
Zoom meeting. Dating and relationship advice, men and women. Gentlemen, if you meet a woman and you ask, hey, what happened in your last relationship? And she says, oh, I left because he didn't make me happy. This is a huge red flag. Understand one simple thing. It is not a man's job to make a woman happy. Happiness comes from within. Yes, it sounds like some sort of yoga poster, but the point is, it is true. It is not a man's responsibility to make a woman happy. If a woman is not happy, it doesn't matter what you do. You will never ever be able to make her happy. It's a simple equation. Find a woman that is already happy with herself, already happy with her life, and she wants to share that happiness with you. Any woman who comes to you broken, try not to look for someone that you have to fix. It's hard, it's difficult. A lot of women out there are broken. I hate to say it. Problem with that is they're looking for someone to come in to fix them. And if that is what you think you're going to do, it will always end in your pain. Here's a little dating and relationship advice, men and women. Gentlemen.
Participants, like I said, you gotta be happy with yourself.
Yeah,
I agree. I agree some of what he said, but I don't agree with when he said it's a lot of broken women. It's a lot of broken men out here. So, and he's from the island, so he seems very possessive anyway. So I'm over it.
There's a lot of broken men and there's a lot of broken women, but they're broken for a reason. They got pain from a relationship that went sour, hit rock bottoms, and disrespect. But anytime you break up with a person, you call each other bitches and whores and sluts, you know, the abuse, you scar them physically, the bruises, they heal, and they move on. With the words, it just plays a factor in the back of your head forever and ever. All you keep hearing them, he called me this, she called me that, he called me this, she called me that. And that sometimes tend to hurt more than the physical abuse is the verbal.
Okay.
Now, when you say broken, trauma's passed down through people genetically. So there's a lot of things to go. Remember, you was buck broke in a whole bunch of people.
Let me say this to you. Keep to the conversation that we're having. Josie, are you still with us?
They're in the gym.
Maria?
Mm-hmm.
So you guys
She's in the gym too.
All right, Tanya.
Yeah.
How do you feel about what the gentleman said?
A lot of that is true. You got to be happy with yourself, but I know his commentary was mostly geared towards women, but it goes both ways.
Mm-hmm. See, when you
Like I just told you.
When you're comfortable with that, then you can you should be able to take any type of advice and apply it to both male and female situation.
No.
You can find something in it that
no, because
resonates on both of them or can be applied to both. Go ahead, Tim.
I think the gentleman that was on the screen was like 90% right. You know, because you get those 1 in the million picks, right? And those be the ones that that 10% done, especially after you done messed over them. Now that 10% done came in there and picked her up and wiped her. You know, so we as men and women both do the same thing. They both parties, you know, loses out when they have a good person, and both parties, you know, wins at times or sometimes don't know this when they got a good person until that person's gone. You know, so that's what it is in the world today, and it's always going to be that way until people, you know, be themselves and stop trying to goddamn imitate everything that they see on social media and these goddamn reality shows. Cause they ain't doing nothing but transforming your kids' mind and their train of thought and messing up their social life of thinking what they doing is something great and they're not doing nothing great. All they doing is tearing people to get the bag.
All right, Sean, how you feel about what the gentleman had to say on the video?
Well, because I didn't get the whole proper context of what his podcast was, but based on what he was saying, because if he was gearing it just to the women, then yeah, there are a lot of women that are out there broken. It's not only just from a relationship between a man and a woman. They can be broken from different things that may have happened in their childhood.
Family structure. Family structure.
Hold on, Timmy. Hold on. Go ahead, Sean.
There's a variety of ways that we as men and women come into relationships damaged and broken. And because we come out of things or have not gotten to the root of what it is that is already not making us happy, we get into relationships already jacked up. And that's what causes all the drama and the frustration that we end up having, because there are some in it, because it's not always the person that we're with. We could be carrying stuff over from things in our past. So do I agree with what he says as far as it's not a man's responsibility to make a woman happy? No, it might not be his responsibility to make her happy, but it is his responsibility to make sure he doesn't bring her any more drama and headaches.
I like that. So Translation is it may not be his job to make her happy, but it's his job to make sure she doesn't become more unhappy than what she was before she got with you.
Mm.
He's
Again,
already
well,
unraveled.
well said.
That
Robert.
is well said. That was a jewel right there.
Yep, Robert.
What do you want from me? I give you my blood, my wine and water.
Cut your goddamn wrist.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Sean basically said it. A woman could be damaged, broken in many ways, and like he said, but I don't really think I want to be dealing with that broken and damaged individual because the dude even said it. No matter what you say or do, it's gonna be like she's never gonna become happy. Sometimes a woman chooses to stay stuck in that place of frustration, angry, unhappy. So it's like they get up to whine and complain. No matter
Yeah.
what you say or do, they still mad about yesterday or last
Yeah.
week. And it's not fair to the individual that's dating them or that loves them. They need to check their anger within
What?
their self and find out
What?
why they're really mad and then work that out with their self so that they can be a better person for the one that loves them or they're dating.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that, and you know, that's but the bottom line is like
when the woman comes into the relationship with love and happiness, and that individual, the male or the woman, if she's in a female relationship, took that love and stuff for granted and trampled on it.
Okay. So, Patsy, you want to finish?
yeah, it's the bottom line is like as a hurt and broke woman, you also have a choice to work out that place of unhappiness, that brokenness, and find a way to make yourself happy and work out. Whether you go to a therapist and just like talk it out, going to find things and do things that actually make you happy as a person. Like go and get your nails done. It doesn't have to be major or nothing. You know, doing something every now and again to make you happy and finding that place of solitude and that uplifting place. Not so much solitude, just like that uplifting place. Besides just maybe talking to a therapist to get you out that funk. And
Or
then
find a
maybe
place.
really be,
Patsy. Sorry, go on.
yeah, just to be able to get out that funk and move on forward before you get into another relationship. And thinking that this man should be the one making you happy when you should be responsible to make yourself happy first. And then he could just add on to the happiness by giving you that comfort and understanding and saying, telling them like, look, I'm not here to look for you to fix me. I'm just wanting support to kind of guide me through and help me through with whatever I'm going through. Even if it's just a listening ear, I don't want nothing more than that. You know.
I just want to throw this in there. A woman, she also can get up and exercise. When a woman exercises or a man, it releases something in their brain that makes them happy and feel at ease and
The
peaceful.
endorphins.
Yes, and
Yeah.
then the next thing is find a place where you can take out some aggression. You can go to, I think they call them smash houses, where you get
that's
to
what they
break
call
things or
cars.
wait a
Yeah,
minute, hold on. You get to actually even have them design these things that look like the individual you're upset with, so you can crash and break it down. Also
That's
go
beautiful.
swimming, go horseback riding, go skating,
Oh
go
yeah.
ice skating. Do something that you can make yourself feel better and relax and release some of those. Say it again, Tanya.
Endorphins.
Go
Yes.
run.
Sounds like a segment of the Wind Down Wednesday.
It was. I had it on there already.
Bert.
Go barefoot running in the pig pen, sloshing in the mud and shit, and that chocolate.
That might bring somebody happiness, but I don't know if it's gonna bring all women happiness.
Yes.
Yeah, Robert, what you just said is like backing up with what I was saying too.
Bert,
It kind of, yeah.
I'm sorry, Bert, you want to jump in?
In what nature? What am I saying?
Did you agree or disagree with the guy on the video?
On the video.
I disagree. I mean, I just think, I'm just saying, from a human component, chimpanzees, monkeys need to be hugged. We all need affection.
Bird,
And it's
where
a
are
fact.
you? You need to come to my house so I can give you a hug. You sound like you need hugs from everybody.
And you hear me? Can you hear it coming out? I'm in a very emotional state right now in these past few weeks. I've been crying watching Facebook. I don't know what's going on with me, but things are missing in my life, and I get it. I understand it.
I'm glad you're on the podcast because I've been.
I'm not too grown to share, right? Because everybody else that chooses not to is in denial. And denial is an acronym that says, don't even know I am lying. And that's okay. If you ain't in tune with who you are, you won't know who you are.
You won't know. That's right.
So I'm saying, I don't want to say I depend solely on a woman to make me happy, but I would like the woman I'm with to please me so I can be happy. And if I'm not happy with this person, then if I want to be with them, I'm going to find out what we can do to be happy. Or if it's just a constant nagging like other people were saying, then yeah, that's not the person you're looking for happiness with or you can be happy with. But everybody wants to be happy.
I think we're missing the most important factor.
And no one's really happy by themselves. You say you are, but you're really not.
No. So like Tanya was about to say, communication. People need to just turn to their spouse, their loved one, or whoever, and say, you know what? Today, I felt like I've been lacking hugs. How you doing? Give me a kiss. Something. Speak. Say what's on your mind, so they can understand you better and then deliver what you need.
Yeah.
That's where the communication comes in.
Gregory, do we have any more videos?
Yeah, we got one more thing.
I got an honorable mention.
No. Do we have any more videos?
The first video I sent you. It's a woman speaking.
Huh?
Oh, yeah, play her.
It's a woman speaking.
Yeah. All right, let's hear what she has to say.
Yeah.
Zoom meeting.
The men on the flip side don't want a woman that's saying, I don't need you. Ooh, I make my own money, so what do I need you for?
But wait, can I ask you a question? What is the problem with I don't need you to function in my life, but I do desire you. I do love you.
Okay.
I do want you, but I do not need you to function.
Oh, SD, what's up, SD? So you talking that up on the humble because that's and a lot of times I don't even fall in line with the traditional conversation, but like that's not how that badge gets worn.
Okay, how does
that badge doesn't get worn as I don't need you, but I love you. It's I don't need you because you triggered something in me that validated what I thought about y'all all along.
All right, let's go to Bird first. Bird, what the young lady said, does that speak volumes about what you were saying? Do you agree with her or do you agree with him?
I don't agree with her. No man wants to hear that another woman don't need a man. Nobody wants to be with a woman with a big mouth. I don't need no man. I don't need no man for nothing. I don't need no man for this, right? But then when you got a man, you want the man to pay your bills. I mean,
Right.
let's keep it 100. It's not about, nobody wants to feel that invalidation. Like, I don't need no man here. I don't need you in my life. I could do bad by myself. Then you go be bad, go do bad by yourself, because you're still gonna do bad with me or without me then. So I don't get it. No man wants to hear a woman talking all of this. I don't need no man for nothing. I could do this on my own. Ain't no man gonna put into you if you're making him feel like his effort and his world is not needed.
Can I speak? I agree. I think the man was trying to protect his the pig in him. He didn't want the woman to come across like she was saying something that meant something. I'm gonna go ahead and agree with the lady. And the reason why I agree with her is because I listened to her entirely. She said the word listen, T, hold on, wait a minute. There's a word called need and there's a word called want. Two different things. It might sound like it means the same thing, but it's different. Now, her saying that she doesn't need a man is because she's comfortable in knowing she can do everything herself without the man. But at the same time, she said she would love to have one though. She desired to have a man. She didn't say she was against having. She said
wants to have a man.
And
and she loved him.
Damn right. She would love to have him, but she's not saying that her life was gonna depend on him.
It
That
sounds
she
like the
needs him
word
so
desire
bad.
means a lot more than need.
That's right. That's why she's telling you she doesn't need him to do the things you think that she needs a man
Nope,
there to do.
she didn't say that. She didn't say
Can I
that.
say
She said,
something?
I don't need a man, but I desire a man. Desire is a lot more intense than need.
Then that
Sexual,
speaks volumes, girl.
being sexual.
Go ahead,
Gina.
Nope. Don't gotta be
I
sexual.
I agree with her,
Me too.
but I also agree with both Bert and Robert. And what I mean is, no man wants to hear, oh, I don't need you. I don't need you. I can do this, this, that. No man wants to hear that, because then you're taking away from him. You know, no one wants to have the pointing the finger, talking about, oh, I don't need you. I can do this, this, that. But there are men that make it clear that oh yeah, you ain't gonna do nothing without me. What are you gonna be without me? I do this. I pay the bills. I do this. I do this. So I feel like she wasn't saying like as a dig, like, okay, I don't need you. I love you. You are the alpha male in my life. I appreciate you. And and you've taught me things, right? So with that, with that, you know that I can do this on my own if I had to.
Yes.
But I desire you. I desire you to be here because I want to do it with you, not by myself.
See the word want? You see the word want?
Right.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Now you see the word need.
Let's be clear about that. Need is
desire,
essential. Need is an essential. Want is something that you strongly, excuse me, desire is something that you strongly wish for or want. So when Bird's telling you
that's why I tell you it's a difference.
Her want is great. She has she wants it at a high level. So again, I think that would have been well received had she started. Had she took out about I don't need. If she would have took that part out and said, because words are strong, words can hurt.
Yeah, but
can I say something to that?
It's really about the individual that's perceiving the message.
I need to eat. I need to pray. I need to do those things. I don't need, technically, I need a man to have a baby with, but I don't need a man. Like, I want a man.
Here's the thing.
You don't think if the man is the provider and the protector, is that a want or a need?
I'm all.
Is there a want or is that a need for a protector and a provider? You need a protector and provider, or you want a protector or provider?
Oh,
But do
do
you
I
need or do you
want?
want that?
We have
I
our
want a
mystery.
protector and provider. I
Hold on,
want a
Sean.
protector and provider.
Go ahead,
But you
Sean.
don't
Where I
need one.
think we have our
I can
mystery.
get a gun and pay my own bills. I mean,
Hold
I just
on, Gina and Berg. Hold on, Gina and Berg. Go ahead, Sean.
Here's where we as people have our mystery. We don't listen to, and once we do listen, we take things out of its proper context. If we listen to what she said, she clearly said, and we've all said it, but I think a lot of us get triggered off of certain things being said and only think it has one meaning.
Yeah.
She clearly
Yeah.
said
That
she didn't say it with venom. She didn't say it with disrespect or anything like that.
Oh no.
Because like we're all adults and we know that in today's society we are individual beings, and that the way that society has shaped us is that we have to go and get for ourselves. And so what is being said is, I am capable of doing this stuff on my own, but I promise you, I would rather not be doing it on my own. That's what I heard her say.
Now, Sean, let me stop right there.
absolutely.
But wait,
Absolutely.
but
She
you
did
see,
say that.
hold
for
on, Timmy,
sure.
hold on. You see how everybody else can agree with what you just said? Because you said the same thing, but your delivery was different and you used different words that was acceptable.
Oh no, she was
Timmy,
using slang.
Timmy, let him finish. Let me finish. What I'm telling you guys is, the way Sean just delivered that to you, it was acceptable to you because of the words that he used. So
that's right.
when you're coming from
man.
wherever you are in your life, depending on what you're going through, certain words are going to trigger you.
It's a trigger.
It sounds like it's coming from a place of hurt. That's why I said if she would have said something different, use different words, it would have been well received by the people that have been
I told you is how the individual received that message. That man himself, he was like, "Oh, I don't want to hear that. That's your humble side. Let me tell you what it really means." No, he done dealt with some shit in his life that he still ain't got over with yet, and still trying to point the finger at the woman.
Sean, you want to finish?
No, I mean
Sean
that was pretty much it, and
he
I
basically
think that
dumbed it down.
I listened to a lot of stuff that we've been talking about tonight, and if I offend anybody, I apologize. But I believe that a lot of stuff that we spoke up on, we've taken it out of its context of how we was trying to get our point across.
Yeah,
and how I think we took every discussion that we've had tonight, in my opinion, for people was trying to explain themselves on stuff. The recipients that was hearing what they was hearing had taken what each one was saying out of the context that they was trying to deliver.
I agree because it's because it's where you are currently in your life. If you are at a place where you are uncomfortable, there's a level of discomfort, then that's how you're going to receive certain things. And if people are coming, if it's coming from a place where hurt, your delivery is going to sound like that too, because that's where you are in your life where you've been hurt. So you're speaking from your heart and you're speaking your mind. You're speaking with compassion and passion. You're passionate about it as well. But the person that is currently in a state of hurt, that's all they're hearing. They're hearing hurtful things because it might be reminiscence of
echo
that the person that hurt them said.
It's the echo chamber, Dave. It's the echo chamber. You know, hurt.
Go ahead, Sean.
I wanted to say to Gina, like in the beginning, when you started off with all that you were saying and how you would like for your situation to be, I heard you loud and clear. And
Thank you.
for an individual like you, that works perfectly for you. And there's nothing wrong with that because
Thank you.
for all of us, there is somebody out there that matches that same energy.
Exactly.
That's why
And
it
that's
would
what I was
work.
trying to say.
I heard you. Trust me, I heard you. I heard exactly what you were saying and I understood what you were saying. And there was nothing wrong about what you were saying because you pretty much, now correct me if I'm wrong, but you said in all that you said is exactly what this young lady just said.
Exactly. It is.
That's
It's
why I
Exactly
on
agreed
this.
with
purpose.
Gina earlier and just told her that you got to look at it from both points of views. A man can feel the same way you're feeling. And you can't be mad at that man because he has the same idea. I need this woman to come in ready to go. I want her to help pay these bills or pay these bills because she's at my house.
Can I
I don't
speak on
really
that?
look at that man as a provider and a protector because that's from the old this world done moved on where a woman and a man can be both. A woman can, believe it or not, a woman can provide and protect the dude. Real easy.
Robert,
You hate to hear it, but it's
Right.
going on in our time.
Yes. Yes.
I
I
don't mean
guess.
to keep
I
jumping
don't
in on
know.
people,
I
but
believe the
Robert,
only thing a
right
woman can
there,
protect me from is myself.
Go ahead, Sean.
right there,
Nah.
Oh,
right,
I would love
Robert,
to
right.
have
Hold on, Timmy.
goddamn.
John, I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say that I'm
I
going
would
against
love to
what
have
Gina's
a
believing.
Chum Lee,
No,
a
I'm
Chum
not. I'm not.
Lee,
Okay, what?
What?
fucking like Triple
I
Timmy,
was
C
can I
good.
hear
because
Sean real quick, please?
I'm sorry, Timmy. What I was going to say is we do this a lot, and I remember saying it once before. When we make our point, why do we always have to come with a counter to something that almost negates what the individual is saying? And what I mean by that, Robert, is when Gina was explaining her role. Now, if she moves this way, clearly that is something that is is what she's going to accept from the other part because her role is still the same. And so we then
Mm-hmm.
now
Tell it.
projectify that if she got into a situation like that, then she wouldn't be acceptable of that.
Thank you.
To
Mm-hmm.
me, that doesn't make any sense because she's saying this is how she is. If people are telling you who they are, why can't we just
Believe them.
trust and believe that that's
Listen,
who and what
but
they
Sean,
are?
this is what I gotta say
yeah,
about that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
When I
That's
speak
true.
on
Right.
excuse me, when I speak
Good.
on something, don't always have to be directed to the person that made that statement. I'm talking to all women in general. You gotta open up your mind
I,
to believe a man can feel the same way you're feeling. Gina feels that way.
I
Sure. She also told us that if she moved in a man's house, he's still gonna pay those bills. I heard all of that. So that's
Yeah,
how she
she
feels.
said
But I'm
that.
telling
Yeah,
other
she said
women out
that.
there too, all women cannot think like that. And if they do, this is just one sided. And I don't think that is gonna be room for men to date really out here because they're expected to do one thing only. Provide,
and I get that,
provide.
brother Rob. I get that. But I
I
guess
don't
with me,
believe
where
that.
I'm a little slow at, because I'm glad that you said what you said. But what I'm a little slow at is that when a person, for me, I try to stay within the conversation that's being had as opposed to taking it from someone talking individually and then they're being responded to talking in general. Because then I get
Yeah.
confused
You
because
on
then I
it
think
today,
that you
Sean.
don't hear what they said.
Well, let me tell you guys
You on
this.
it today. Gold Star Sean. I'm just
Let me tell you guys this. Everything happens for a reason, and that like brought us back to what we was talking about. So again, the title of the show is She Said happiness doesn't equal you and me. All right, let me give y'all
Just
some
saying, get the fuck out of Dodge.
no, wait. We're gonna get serious now. We about to. I'm gonna give the final thoughts. So everybody, I need you to be silent. So and feel free to write this down, record this, whatever. Go back later on. And before I go into that, everybody that's watching this video and everybody that's a part of this video, I don't care if it's today or tomorrow when you see it. take some time and hit that like and subscribe button. And if you already subscribed, go and hit that like button, and then go back and watch some of the other shows and catch up and hit that like button. And again, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe.
And leave us some comments how
Tell
you
your
felt
friend,
about the
tell
show.
your friends to subscribe. And as Robert was saying,
leave some comments. Tell us how you felt about the discussion tonight, how you received the message.
All right, now I just
And
want
while you're at it, head over to emporiumplus.org and check out the new clothing that we got.
All right, so everybody gonna get so everybody done now? All right, so here we go. So I just want everybody to listen. So basically, this is gonna help everybody grow. All right, so I read something. It said, so these are supposed to be some steps to happiness. So it said, how does it go? You have to let go of the past. Hold on. I want to get this right for you guys. I just want to get this right. So hold on 1 second. Read notes.
God damn it.
For the 58 subscribers, please, I can't stress it enough. Leave us some comments so we can see how you like the show.
Suck.
Then head over to emporiumplus.org and check out that clothing.
We are not whole.
All right,
we are just a half of self. We're not whole until we find a partner.
One more time, Bert, because I cut you off. Say that again.
I'm saying we are not whole as a people. You are by yourself as a single person, you are a half of something. You are not completely whole till you do pick up or acquire a companion to make you whole. That is the yin and your yang. You're not doing it right being single. If you
I
don't
can't
have
say
that
nothing
yang,
about that because
if you don't have that yang, then you are only a yin, right? You're only a yin, and you're only a half of self. So I'm sorry when everybody, I don't need this and I don't need that. I wanted to go back to Gina made that she's old school and very traditional and believes that, the woman can be this and the man can be the provider and protector. That's absolutely right in that sense. Right? Mm-hmm. But I ain't never heard no person from that old realm and that old school ever talk about how much they don't need no man.
Right. I never said that. I need me a man. I need me a man. I want it.
Right. We need women just like a woman needs a man. We need each other. It's not about we want it, but we also need it.
Well, I need a man. I don't need a woman. I need a man. I want a man, but why can't you have both? You know what I'm saying? Why can't you need and want both?
I'm a piggyback.
You're 100% right. You can need and want.
Because you messed me up. I thought you were talking about a man and a woman.
Okay, let Tanya. Okay, Tanya.
Yeah,
I'm gonna close this out. Go ahead, Tanya.
I'm gonna piggyback off of to say that we were created to be in relationships. So you do need your yin to your yang.
Absolutely, I agree.
That's when Noah took them damn two animals by two. It was male and female.
All right.
Well, Timmy, they only took you. They didn't take nobody else but you, animal.
Right.
I'm trying to find me a nice Samoan man.
Here we go. With Timmy, everybody,
animal.
Can you mute so we can go ahead and close the show out?
Go ahead.
Here we go. So what it is, step one, make peace with your past so that it doesn't disturb your present. Stop comparing your life to those around you's lives. Stop judging people. Stop taking on other people's problems. It's not your responsibility to fix their situation.
I just feel so bad.
Embrace life. Set forth on the path that you have chosen to travel. Do not stand still waiting for those around you to catch up. No one gets to tell you what happy is. That is your responsibility. Smile and let go.
Picture.
Let God. This has been a Still a Man podcast. Thank you. Good night.